Hello and welcome. My name is Camille and I am the host of Ancient Energy Healings, and thank you for joining. My special guest today is, hopefully I say it correctly, Svemir Kovac, and he is a reconnective healer and hails from Croatia. Yes?
Yes, correctly.
And welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much, and thank you everyone who are going to watch our interview today.
Great. So please, Svemir, can you tell me what you were doing before before you got into reconnective healing?
Well, my background is business administration and law school. So after I finished university, I was working for some 15 years in the corporate world. I used to work for consulting companies doing a lot of business deals and tax consulting and stuff like that.
And can you tell us what led you into this type of work, or are you still doing business administration?
No. I stopped doing working in finance like maybe 10 or more than 10 years ago. But how the interest, the working, being in a corporate world, at that time, I didn't have any spiritual interest, And what happened to me was very interesting. I just finished university, maybe working 2 years in a business. And my company, we had to change our business premises. So we moved to a new premises, and it was very interesting. We were at the third floor, and at the same floor in the new building, there was a meditation center. So I had to pass by a meditation center every day to be able to go to my work. And, I was observing these people that are gathering there, and they were a little bit too alternative for me at that point of my life, how I was perceiving people and world. But somehow, very quickly, actually, I started to speak with some of these people from this meditation center. And after a while, I ended up there to try to have experience how to meditate. And that center was actually a center that was organized by one Chinese energy master. She was at that time traveling around the world. And when she came for the first time to Zagreb, when I started to come to this center, I went to the one, it was a group meditation with her. Nothing really happened during that, but the day after, I was in a theater and I was watching some play, and just suddenly my crown chakra opened and a big stream of very beautiful energy started to flow. And that was actually a moment, and that was the experience for me, because when that started, I was sitting in the theater, didn't want to move because I thought if I move, this beautiful energy will gone. But actually it didn't gone for a few weeks. And that was a turning point for me. I think I was like maybe 25 or 26 years old, very young at that age. That was a turning point when I really started to be very interested in energy, especially, I mean, in everything, because that experience really, really changed my perception of what is really out there, how much of reality we really see and feel.
That, I mean, especially coming from a corporate world, right? I know I still joke around here. I mean, I live in the Seattle area. I used to live in Los Angeles, but I also grew up in Hawaii, where it's very spiritual in Hawaii, but it's a different type of spiritual. But when I moved to Los Angeles, no, it was all about work and Hollywood and being in the industry. I wasn't in the industry, but it was just everywhere. And there are spiritual places here and there, but I was taken out of that area and then moved here to Seattle. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to be living with a bunch of granolas. I mean, coming from, a place where it's hot all the time and you kind of have to be up in fashion. It's a completely different world, right? You have to know it's a different type of networking. And then living here in Seattle, it's much more calm. You can actually hear yourself thinking. Nature is everywhere, and I'm not exactly a granola, but I definitely am a tree hugger now.
Great, beautiful.
So can you tell me and the viewers, how did you find reconnective healing? I mean, you started off in meditation center from a Chinese energy master. So how was it that you were introduced to reconnective healing?
Yeah, what I just spoke about, my first experience with connection with the field was like in my 25, let's say, and then actually reconnective healing happened 10 years after, because in that time I was in a corporate world, but I was starting to experience energy connection more and more, and I was seeking to understand and going to China for some retreats, going to Peru, to some places, to India, but then you know what? Reconnective healing came at the point when I was, I think, ready to start to do energy work for other people. It actually came at the point when I was very unhappy in my office, in my work. And it came at the moment when I quit my work and I decided to give myself half a year break to allow myself to see what's out there for me, because I was at that time, excuse me, I was CFO in an insurance company, and I really, I felt very stressful at that work, and I didn't feel like this is something I want to continue to do in my life. And during this break, when I was not working, actually, very quickly, a friend of mine, she mentioned reconnective healing. And I wanted to see what is it about. And it was a very interesting experience, because I know I found an interview with Dr. Eric Pearl. Dr. Eric Pearl is the founder of the reconnective healing. I found one radio interview on, I think on YouTube or something like that. And I went to watch it to see what is it about. But the very moment when I started to watch it, I again felt like very strong connection with the energy, and the energy was flowing all around my body. So I was not really able to concentrate to listen to Dr. Eric Pearl. What is he saying? I was just enjoying in the connection that somehow was triggered with watching the video of Dr. Eric Pearl. So that was really amazing experience, and I was watching the same video the whole day just to feel the energies. Very, very quickly after that, I went to the first seminar of reconnective healing that was in Budapest. That was the nearest and the quickest one. And after I finished seminar, I decided that I want to start my practice. So that's how it all started. And maybe a year and a half after that, I joined the program to become a mentor of the reconnective healing. And then that is a program where you learn how to teach also others about reconnective healing. So I had opportunity to be a part of the team on Dr. Eric's seminars all around the world. And that was really, I'm blessed that I was able to have that experience, because that you meet here a lot of people, you have a lot of experience, and you grow step by step.
That's so cool to be able to work with the founder, right? And then be able to be a mentor for him. That's really amazing. So how does reconnective healing work? Because this, for me, I've only recently learned about it, and it was so how is it different from other modalities that is out there?
I think reconnective healing came from Dr. Eric Pearl in 90s of the last century, and I don't think it's not coincidence that it came at that time, because that's time when the new information was started to come to our planet. Okay. And reconnective healing is very simple and very powerful. And the main difference from the traditional energy healing techniques is that we come from the place that we are enough, that everything is in with us. Mm-hmm. We don't need to use any procedures, any rituals. We don't need any help from crystals or stuff like that, which is all great and which is all good. But reconnective healing, the base of reconnective healing is that we are enough, and that it's very difficult to explain, but actually we are the healing. What does it mean? That means that we are actually living in the time when we are going through very rapid human evolution, and it's just the field of energy, light, and information is around us. And the main thing, we always think that these higher dimensions are somewhere up there, but they are not. They are here. And the point is that if we put our attention to this unknown, unseen field, we start to communicate with this field, and we start to receive energy, light, and information, which will make the process of change within us. It's very simple, but you need to have, once you have the experience, you can understand more. It's very difficult to explain to somebody who doesn't have experience what does it mean to connect with this unknown, but this very powerful and very real field that is around us.
I agree, because it's the same question for people who are non-believers of anything, right? Or mainly, is it atheists that say, prove it to me. Prove that God exists. Prove that this exists. Prove that that exists. It's like, well, prove that air exists. I mean, we breathe it, but we can't see it, right?
Yeah. But you can feel it, and I think that's very important, and that's what not just reconnective healing is about, but actually the time in which we are living. We are living in a time when we start to remember to use also the mind of our heart and not just the mind of our brain. And when you are ready to start your transformation, it's going to happen. And this very good sentence from Paulo Coelho, when what are you seeking is seeking you. And once you are at the point when you are ready to have experience, because it's actually, I would say, reconnective healing is actually, it's not about fixing some of our problems. Very often people will come to reconnective healing because have some emotional or physical or some other issue. But it's not the main thing. It's maybe a trigger why you come to have reconnective healing experience. But reconnective healing experience is really experience to experience being in this high vibration, which we all have potential to be. And when you have experience of, for example, half an hour of being connected with the higher, with this field of energy, light, and information, you start to remember who you really are. And that is that you are a light being. You are not physical body. You are opposite. You are a light being with the experience of the physical life. Just on its vibrational healing, you remember on which vibration of love you can be, and then from that, all lower vibrations within you just start to dissolve or transform. That's the process. It's hard to explain, but that's the process. The process is always pure vibrational healing with no mind is not included in reconnective healing process.
What I like what you said when you said we need to start using our mind with our heart, not our head mind. What did you say? Something about the heart using our.
I mean, not a lot of people know, but actually the heart is the first organ that starts to, when you are in the mother's womb, the heart is the first organ. The heart and the kidney. But what is interesting, there is a place in our heart which is called tiny space in the heart. When we connect to that part of our heart, there is a place in our heart where we are in the singularity. We are not in duality. And I think that's very nice representation. Sometimes in my meditations, I'm very much using this this knowledge, and I'm guiding people to go into this tiny space in the heart, because it's also kind of a portal to connect us to the oneness, to the field, to the source. But I think reconnective healing, but not just reconnective healing, but I think we are living in the time when the consciousness is changing. The consciousness of Mother Earth is changing, and we can again remember how to function more from the brain in the heart than just from the brain in the mind.
I love that. Brain in the heart instead of brain in the mind. That's awesome. So in your bio, you also say that you are a Stargate facilitator. What does that mean? Because again, that is something new to me.
Well, Stargate is a beautiful community. It's actually, it comes from States, but it has members all around the world. And I came up to them like maybe 5 years ago. They have a lot of online programs, and I really like them. So a few years ago, I also decided we had a beautiful gathering in Crete in Greece, where I was on a training for Stargate facilitator. So Stargate is the, very quickly and very basically explained, it's a secret geometry, which helps us to connect with the quantum field in much quicker and easier way, let's say that way. So it's a technology that just is helping us to connect with the quantum field in a very simple and easy way. And I'm using this mostly as help when I'm doing meditation. I'm doing Stargate meditation for public, and I publish that on my YouTube channel. So that's really a way to connect with the field with ease, and to do. You can do it. You can use it for different stuff. I'm using it for the meditations.
So, do you then use that in conjunction with reconnective healing, or really just to help you?
No. Yeah, thank you for this question. It's important. No, I don't mix this, because there is no need for mixing, because reconnective healing, it's a work that is done one-on-one.
Okay.
The best is, people sometimes say, but wouldn't it be better to do that? You have like 5 people doing reconnective healing for one person. Very often people think that if there is more practitioners, it's going to be more powerful. But that's not the truth, because when we connect in the process of reconnective healing, we do not send energy. We don't work with our energy. We connect with the field of energy, light, and information, and practitioner and client are in the bubble of this field, and they are receiving together. The name of the book of the Dr. Eric Pearl is The Reconnection, Heal Others, Heal Yourself, which is great name of the book, because in the same process, practitioner is receiving and the client is receiving. And practitioner is not sending anything to the client. Practitioner is just a catalyst. Practitioner is the person who is opening the door for the person to be able to connect and to receive. So yeah, back to your question. Reconnective healing is done one-on-one, and there is no need to use anything else, just to be in a purity of connection between you, your client, and the universe, I would say. And Stargate can, some people, when they do Stargate, they start to get the gift of channeling information. I don't do that. I don't have that. I'm just using that for meditations, because I feel, you know, what is the meditation? I can go to the woods and walk and have meditation, but I'm doing Stargate meditations because a lot of people still need help to meditate. And I feel Stargate meditations are the best way to start to meditate. And then when you are ready, you can start to meditate by your own. You don't need guided meditation. You don't need anybody else. But yes, I'm feeling that at this time where we are living, we need to support people who are just starting to observe this other world of spirituality and moving from this too big focus from material world, and to see that there is infinite reality that we don't observe yet, and there is a big richness in that we should explore.
Beautiful. I completely agree with you. We can definitely help more people introduce slowly, or however they need to be introduced to the world of spirituality. So it's not just about material things. I completely agree. And to be human to each other, right? To have more kindness, and to understand that we are just one. We are one. We are one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people really understand what that means. They use it as a tagline, but they may not really understand what that means, right?
Very good observation. I think you need to have experience of that to be able to understand it. And actually, when I talk about reconnective healing, I would relate to that. At least it was for me, I've had that experience that I was connected with everything. And that was what drove me to reconnective healing. And that, when you have this kind of experience, that's I don't know how to explain it. It's energetic experience. When you feel that you are connected with everything, after that you can understand it better. Because we can mentally, we read something, we mentally understand, but we don't really have a knowingness of that. Mm-hmm. And knowingness is, you know, you get it through experience. And it is the same how to feel and understand what oneness is. You need to experience it in your heart. And once you experience it, you will know very well. But yeah, it's for a lot of people, it's a theoretical constraint still, but I think it's going to change.
So it may not go at this pace that we would like it to, but it's definitely changing.
I think we all have our roles, and one of the biggest things that we should consider to allow ourselves to go with more ease through the process of transformation is not judging ourselves and is not judging others.
Yes.
Because I think as we grow as soul, we are coming to a more in a position where we are more neutral and less dual, less this positive and negative duality in the way how we see ourselves, how we see the world. And I think this today there is a lot of people, who started to wake up, and then I started to judging people who are not waking up still. But we need to understand that we all have we are all a light. We are all light. We all have our purpose, and we have our freedom to go through our enlightenment in a time how we need to go. So please don't judge people who didn't start to wake up still, because that is absolutely okay, and they are not less worthy because of that, and they are doing this. They are part of oneness. What we were talking just a few minutes ago. It's same as every other person.
And with that, I love that, because we are actually out of time. That went by so quickly. I loved all that you have to say, because reconnective healing and being with one and not having to go outside of anything, but really just the practitioner and connecting with you and being able to know what it is that you need to do. If there's anything that you need to do to
I think I think actually we just need to allow, we don't need to do anything. We need to allow ourselves to receive, and process of transformation, just we need to allow this to go freely. Without as much less judgment from our mind as better.
It is. And getting to that point is challenging.
Yes, it is. But that's part of the process. I think, we usually say, that's part of a nature. From chaos comes peace, and you need to be in a little bit when you're in the process of transformation. It's normal that there is a little bit of chaos maybe in your life, maybe in your emotions, maybe because some kind of structure, is it mental structure, is it emotional structure, is disappearing, a new one is forming, and in the middle you are a little bit confused, and that's absolutely okay, and it's normal.
It is, and it's very true. Again, thank you so much for your wisdom and your time. And I loved hearing all about your experiences and how you help people experience theirs. So thank you again. And I'm sure, how can anyone find you should they want to connect with you?
Camille, thank you very much. It was a wonderful conversation. If somebody wants to find me, the best way is probably my webpage, svemirkovac.com, my YouTube channel, Svemir Kovac, also, Facebook, Instagram. So these are the places where you can find me.
Great. Thank you again. And please look for Svemir on all the platforms that
actually I want to take opportunity and say that the next reconnective healing seminar that I'm organizing is going to be in Bosnia and Herzegovina, in Sarajevo. The first part is going to be in Sarajevo, and the second part is going to be in Visoko. It's a place of the Bosnian pyramids.
Oh.
If you feel that you want to learn how to do reconnective healing, there is a wonderful opportunity to do that in Bosnia, in Sarajevo, in Visoko, in very special place of Bosnian pyramids. So go to my web page and you will find more information about that if you felt interested about this. Thank you once again. I wish you all the best, and I wish you to have a lot of personal transformations and to feel this oneness that we were talking about every day more and more in your life.
Great. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.